Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu la tattakhidhul yahuda wan nasara awliya. That, O Muslims, do not make the Jews and the Christians your friends. Do not be friends with the Jews and the Christians. بَعْضُهُمْ أَوْلِيَاءُ بَعْضٍ. They are the friends of each other. وَمَنْ يَتَوَلَّهُمْ مِنْكُمْ فَإِنَّهُ مِنْهُمْ. Whoever made friends with them, whoever made friends with the Jews and the Christians, فَإِنَّهُ مِنْهُمْ, would be among them. He won't be a Muslim anymore. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَهْدِي الْقَوْمَ الظَّالِمِينَ. Not only that, but also Allah tells them that they would be the solemns, they would be the oppressors, they would be the wrongdoers. What will you make from this ayah of the same surah? There are other parts of the Quran, other ayahs of the Quran that also tell us the same thing, that we cannot be friends with the non-Muslims. By being friends means you cannot go on and start supporting them in whatever bloodthirsty sprees they are taking. What will you make out of this ayah? So now the question is, seems like that these two ayahs are in contradiction with each other. They are not. There might be some people who would try to present you one part of the Quran out of context and try to hide the other parts of the Quran. And when you bring them forth at the same time, you might think in your mind that they are in conflict with each other because of their wrong presentation of some ayahs of the Quran. They are not in contradiction with each other. It is very important to understand when surah al-maidah was revealed. When surah al-maidah was revealed on Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it was the time when Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was sending voyages. Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was sending armies to fight against different other nations, and he was writing the letters to the kings and the leaders of different countries, states and nations of that time. This was the time when Islam was already an established power in Middle East. At that time, it was already established that the people of Makkah had been worst in their enmity against the Muslims. They had proved it. And also the Jews, those who were settled in Madina al-Munawwara, they had also proved that they were the worst in their enmity against the Muslims. They had already broken their pacts with the Muslims, and the people of Makkah had already held some wars, battles with the Muslims, and they were the ones who tried to, zubillah, kill Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They never succeeded, but it was established that the Jews and the people of Makkah, the polytheists, the worshippers of idols, were the worst in their enmity against the Muslims. It was the time, it was also known to Muslims when Abu Sufyan went to Najashi in Habasha, in Africa. The Najashi, the Christian king of Habasha, he did not accept the demands of Abu Sufyan. He did not hand over the Muslim refugees, Muslim migrants from Mecca to Habasha. He did not hand them over to Abu Sufyan. So he was the one who showed a very soft corner for the Muslims. Same did the kaiser of Rome, who was also Christian. He did not oppose the Muslims or did anything bad to the letter or the person bringing the letter from Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to keizer. So it was also getting known to the Muslims that the Christians are showing a relatively soft corner and they are not openly coming to fight against the Muslims. So this ayah explains the context and scenario of that point, when you have to fight, when you have to make pacts, when you have to send invitations to join Islam. This will be the scenario that even if you just give dhawa, if you just invite people to Islam, the Jews and the polytheists would be worse in their enmity and they would come fighting against you. But if you go soft, just like this, if you're inviting people to Islam, the Christians would relatively show a soft corner because they have the priests and they have the scholars within them, and they are the ones who do not show pride. But what do you think about today's Russia? Today's Russia, do you think they have the priests and the scholars within them? No. Most of them are not the priests and scholars. Most of them were totally abolished, and then all the culture of Christian history was rebuilt. Especially the last word, وَأَنَّهُمْ لَا يَسْتَكْبِرُونَ. The Christians who would be relatively softer towards their dealing with the Muslims would be the ones who do not have pride. What do you think? The countries and the nations attacking their smaller enemies, who have all the intentions to pay whatever the price, take whatever the blood, kill whatever the nations they have to, oppress whatever the people they have to reach the warm waters, they would. So do you think this is the practice and the behavior of the ones who do not have pride, who are the humble ones? This is definitely not. But since now you understand the context of this ayah, it will be very easy to understand the ayah number 51 of the same surah, in which it is very clear that Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu la tattakhidul yahuda wan nasara awliya, that oh Muslims, do not make Christians and the Jews your friends. Initially Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like in the other ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explained that the Jews and the Hindus, or the ones who worship the idols, are the worst in their enmity. And now in this ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala clearly puts the Christians and the Jews at the same level, and prohibits Muslims in making friends with the Jews and the Christians. And whoever makes friends with them would be from among them. So this ayah explains the strategy of the Muslim, that you would just find the soft corner with them, but you cannot be friends with them. Yes, Muslims can make strategic alliances when they have to. Like Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam also signed pacts with the Jews as well and the other nations. But you cannot be the friends, like whatever bloodthirsty spree they are on, you would go join them. No.